Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this captivating journey through the history of Native American reservations in the United States. As we delve into this complex and often tragic tale, we'll explore the encounters between indigenous peoples and European settlers, marked by cooperation, trade, but also violent conflicts over land and resources. But before we embark on this riveting exploration, I must kindly ask you to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Now, back to our historical odyssey. As the United States began to take shape, the federal government entered into numerous treaties with Native American tribes, aiming for peaceful coexistence and recognizing tribal sovereignty. However, as settlers continued to encroach on Native American territories, many of these treaties were broken or modified, leaving the indigenous peoples grappling with broken promises and injustice. Fast forward to the 19th century, and the U.S. government adopted a policy of Indian removal to make way for white settlement and economic development. The tragic Indian Removal Act of 1830, signed by none other than President Andrew Jackson, authorized the forced relocation of numerous Native American tribes to lands west of the Mississippi River. The heart-wrenching forced marches, like the infamous Trail of Tears, saw thousands of Native Americans perish due to exposure, disease, and starvation. As the frontier expanded, the government sought to confine Native Americans to designated lands, giving birth to the reservation system. The Indian Appropriations Act of 1851 created these reservations, often in resource-poor regions, presenting significant challenges for the Native American communities residing on them. The Treaty of Fort Laramie in 1851 was a milestone in the struggle for peaceful coexistence. This significant treaty established boundaries and designated territories for various Plains Indian tribes, like the Sioux, Cheyenne, and Arapaho. The aim was harmony between the tribes and the U.S. government, but the siren call of gold lured prospectors into Native American territories, leading to violations of the treaty. The late 19th century brought a stirring policy of assimilation. Enter the Dawes Act of 1887, also known as the General Allotment Act, seeking to break up tribal communal land ownership and promote individual land ownership among Native Americans. The result? Tribal lands divided into individual allotments, leaving any unallotted land labeled as surplus and available for white settlement. The Dawes Act wrought devastating consequences for countless Native American communities, losing millions of acres of their precious tribal land and undermining cherished cultural practices. But light pierced through the dark clouds of assimilation with the dawn of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934, also known as the Wheeler-Howard Act. A beacon of hope, this act sought to reverse some of the heartache-inducing policies, paving the way for tribal self-governance. A true testament to preservation, it shielded Native American cultures and languages from further erosion. The act also brought an end to the painful allotment of Native American lands, allowing some tribes to reclaim their lost territories and resources. And lo and behold, the American Indian Movement, AIM, emerged in 1968, a powerhouse civil rights organization founded in Minneapolis, Minnesota. AIM raised its voice, a mighty roar, advocating fiercely for the rights of Native Americans. They took bold action, occupying Alcatraz Island and making their presence known during the historic Wounded Knee incident in 1973. And as we journey into the 20th and 21st centuries, we witness the challenges still faced by Native American reservations: poverty, inadequate infrastructure, unemployment, and limited access to education and healthcare. These issues trace back to historical injustices and ongoing disparities in resources and opportunities. Now, let me introduce you to some key players in this historical drama. Chief Joseph, a noble leader of the Nez Perce tribe, stood tall in his resistance against forced removal from ancestral lands. His words, "I will fight no more forever," echo with determination and pain, a testament to the unjust policies faced by his people. Helen Hunt Jackson, an advocate and writer, raised her voice through the powerful book, A Century of Dishonor, shedding light on the broken promises and mistreatment of Native American tribes. And how can we forget the legendary Geronimo, a fierce Apache leader and medicine man, who valiantly fought against the encroachment of white settlers and U.S. forces. And let's not overlook the profound impact of Standing Bear, a Ponca leader, who stood in a U.S. court to demand recognition of Native Americans as human beings, not mere property. His courageous stance set a groundbreaking precedent in the U.S. legal system. Before we bid adieu to this enthralling tale, don't forget to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, sharing it with friends and family, and of course, leaving a comment below. Your engagement empowers us to bring more captivating content to your screens. This is Bite-Sized Politics signing off.